All right. So for the Tai Chi Gait and Balance class that we're having here, the best possible setup to get the most out of the class is what you see before you here. The one chair to sit in, and hold on, sorry, one chair to sit in there, and then two chairs with the backs facing in. The goal of these two chairs is to give you something to place your hand on so that when we do single leg standing, weight shifting, moving forward and backward, you have something to keep you safe and upright. What this also allows you, what's really important about having the appropriate amount of support is that in Tai Chi, relaxation is paramount. It's really important that we're in a state of relaxation as opposed to a state of grip, right? And so when we're feeling fearful, cautious, we tend to be in a state of grip, and then that impedes our natural fluid movement. So taking the time to set up whatever gives you this sense of safety and ability to relax, and then you can work on how to move and glide and float through your movement, which is what we're doing in Tai Chi. We're using I often use the metaphor of the hybrid car. A hybrid car has an electric mode and a gas powered mode. Well, the human vehicle has the hydraulic fluid movement mode, but it also has a backup system of tension and levers, which is supposed to be for extreme moments of, let's say you have to hold something that's really heavy for a period of time. The muscles engage around the joints in a sort of protective manner, right? But we're not supposed to stay in that tension-based state all the time, even though we can. It's just not the best way to utilize the body, especially over a long period of time, like our 80, 90, 100 plus years of life. So this hydraulic system, this liquid system that you see if you watch people practice Tai Chi, there's this fluid, this softness that allows all this interesting function. It gives us incredible sturdiness and stableness down below, underneath, and then it gives this great fluid ability and also quite a good amount of power for pushing, pulling, grabbing, lifting as well. So, but all of that is dependent on your ability to relax and let go of tension. So taking the time to make your little practice area so that you feel supported, safe, you're not having to be in a state of tension the whole time. Now, once you've taken the time to set that up, then in your chair for sitting, scoot to that front edge of your chair. First bit here that's really important, zhong-zheng, central upright. So usually that requires some effort. We have to lift our chest a little. We got to tip our pelvis forward. We have to bring our chin down. That's to combat gravity and the body's tendency to slouch and slump. And so we tend to get this rounded upper back, this spilled pelvis, this head and neck situation here. And so initially we just tip the pelvis forward, lift the chest up slightly, bring the chin down slightly, and the crown is up. That's called zhong-zheng, central upright. Then we relax that song, soft, supple, pliable. We let go wherever possible. And there's at least some percentage of tension that just evaporates when you remember to relax. Not all of it, but a good percentage, at least some percentage. And then we allow that downward settling, that soft, sunken, and heavy, known as Chun One. And then we get to feel that Qing Ling, that sort of buoyancy that's present when we have alignment and softness. The downward settling grounds us, and then what's left is vibrancy, buoyancy. And then let's improve upon that. In through the nose, long, smooth inhale. Feel the body opening, expanding. When you're ready, exhale out the nose or the mouth. All the way empty. When you're ready, inhale again. And when you're ready, exhale again. Just keep doing the breathing. Again, you could spend 20 minutes just breathing and you'd be making a great change for yourself. We'll just do about 10 breaths. I'm making a change in my body just as I'm sitting here, breathing in and breathing out. So that requires your attention. So if you're not doing what it is that I just described, what are you doing? Right? You're maybe not paying attention to everything I just described. Make sure each inhale in through the nose, long, smooth, and full. So don't just be waiting around for the next thing. Be doing the breath. In through the nose, all the way full. Out through the nose or the mouth, all the way empty. This is making change physically, structurally, and on the electrical level of your body. Then, if you've been doing that, you're ready for that next layer, which is slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest way up, chin way up, arching the back. And then switch. Slide those hands forward past your knees. Hollow the chest. Drop the head. Right? By now, these are familiar movements. So just go get lost in about 4 or 5 rounds of pelvis tipping, spinal arching, shoulder blades sliding. Just like every day we have to go floss our teeth to clean off the plaque buildup from the day. The body has the same thing, especially in the morning after laying in bed. We wake up stiff, right? We wake up with this sort of stagnation through the body. The body's been healing all night. It's been knitting back together any injuries. So that soreness is often from that. So now we're getting the juices flowing. And make your way back to neutral, right in the middle, and just go straight into your twist. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turn the shoulders, turn the head, and back to center. Turn and twist. Again, hopefully, if you've been doing these for a while with me, these are not new to you. Hopefully, they're starting to embed in your mind. They're familiar. You're learning the way that this vehicle of our body, the way that it operates. And hopefully you're starting to make these movements your own in the sense of how fast, which position maybe you spend a little extra time. Let's do one more each way. And we're back to the middle. Hang those arms loose. Now shift the weight a little to the right buttock, side lean to the right. Left wrist floats up, left foot flows. Back to middle and over to your other side. This helps with the lateral side to side direction of movement in the body. And Back to middle, right into the shoulder blades. Forward and up. Back and down. And by getting better at understanding these exercises that we do, we can move through them more effectively, efficiently, take up less time because they're not a new thing every time, right? Because they're familiar, we get into the flow of the practice, circling those shoulder blades. So again, do your best to learn the movements and sort of remember them. Use that as a nice challenge for your brain, for your mind. Let's reverse, go the other way. Remember, these are recorded. So maybe once during the week before I see you again, once or twice, you watch the video and do the movements and maybe write them down. Write down a little list of the basics of the human body, right? Especially on Friday, we go through all the joint mobilization exercises often, right? And hang loose. And then one more, bend the elbows. Elbows out and up. One more little set of movements. And bring them together. So this one helps us really loosen up any of that accumulated tension in the chest, shoulders, upper back, neck, which is a very common area for that grip. One more. And then we go elbows back, elbows down, then forward, then up if you can. Sometimes this is a little bit difficult of a range. And then we go forward, down, and back. And just do that 3 more times. Again, it's like wringing out a rag. We're wringing out the shoulder, upper back, neck. It's one of the most usual suspects in stagnation, in sort of disconnection, is the upper neck, upper back, shoulders. Right? People report a lot of pain in this area, right? And then last one in this little set, elbows out, left hand high, right hand low, cross and wrap around your body. And then elbows out to the side. And then right hand above, left hand below, wrap. And open. Let's just do one more of each of those. Wrap. And out. And wrap. And out. Then just let your arms just hang nice and loose. Scoot a little bit back on your chair. And right knee, lift. Take your hands, grab the knee gently, pull the knee up to the chest. Flex the foot softly and push. Load. Down. And we'll switch. Load. Push. Load. Down. Let's do 3 more each leg. Load. Smooth push. Smooth reload. Set the foot down. Load. Push. Load. Down. 2 more. And then on this last one to each leg, no hands. Just see what you can do with just the brain. Load, push, load, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. Now, right leg extend, point flex the foot. So this range of motion in the foot. I'm doing this kind of thing all throughout the day. If I find myself sitting at the desk, or I'm driving, even if I get a chance, I'll just kind of work the kinks out. Let's go and tilt the foot in and out. Or if I'm standing, I shift the weight to one leg and work the kinks out of the foot. Let's go ahead and circle. Just keeping the feet fluid. Go ahead and reverse. Because our poor feet, they're holding up all of our body weight all day, right? Go ahead and straighten the leg. 1, point and flex. This is the way to care for our feet, care for our lower extremity. Tilt the foot in and out. Circles. Reverse circle. And now, scoot to the front edge of your chair one more time. Last little set before we stand up. Step your feet wider than hip distance. Lift your toes. We turn the toes in, knees in, and then lift the toes, turn the toes and knees out. Moving from the hip joint. Internal, external. We got pelvis, spine, and the rest of the body more or less not moving at all, and freedom of movement of legs at the hips. And then neutral. Now let's go heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Heels in, knees out. We're still moving from the hip joint. So see if you can really feel that, this ball and socket, this internal rotation and this external, and then this internal, external, internal, external. Now neutral. Boom. We're in neutral. Now from that same ball and socket junction, fold forward, all the way forward. And then sit vertical. And then tip back from the hips. Fold forward. Now add to this, just let your arms hang, right? We took some time to try to loosen the shoulders and loosen the chest and upper back. So as you move, just can you let your arms hang loosely, right? Without losing your upright body. When I say upright, I don't mean perpendicular to the floor. So I'm still upright through the torso. The alignment of the joints in relationship to themselves. Now, from here, slide your feet back. Arms are nice and loose. We fold, and remember there's this forward first that we have to do to get the weight down through the feet. Then we can stand up really tall, but it's chun-one, or soft, sunken, and heavy, down underneath. Now the hips go back. Arms hang nice and loose, folding deeper at the hips, sitting the buttocks. You should feel a kind of stretch quality to your buttocks and hamstrings as you sit, and then commit to your chair. Let's do it again. So we're folding first, then the forward trajectory, and then rising up all the way. And then this hinge, fold, sink, commit. 3 more. Some of you, as you've been doing it a while, you might start to feel, oh, I can do that. Once you've relaxed and you can move through there, you can start to put a little bit of momentum, right? So then if I got to stand up, I can actually throw myself through the movement a little bit, but make sure when you do that, you don't tighten up. So that's the thing to keep the eye out for, is when you start to speed up, often we grab on. So just keep an eye out for that. So same thing, I can fold like this and sit. I can sort of sit like a fluid motion rather than as in stages like I'm teaching it at first. So that first one is stages of fold, move forward so the weight is out of the chair, then rise up. Same thing on the way down. It's stage 1 is fold. Stage 2 is this sink, but I haven't sat yet, and then I sit. And then once you've got that, you can put them, sort of synchronize them, so it's like that. So try that a few times if that's appropriate to you. If it starts to feel unsafe, go back to the previous rendition, right? So that's the beauty of Tai Chi training, is eventually it goes to fluid and natural. All right, now just a few where you do not sit in your chair. So you fold and sink, and then rise. So same idea. In stages, that would be 1, 2, and then up and here. And then eventually it could be fluid where the hips go back and you sink, and you just rise in your vertical. Smooth, 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 and smooth. All right, we're standing. Come to the right side chair, and Deborah, I noticed you just popped in. Make sure you set up your chair system here if you can. You have the items. Keep you safe and get the most out of class. All right, let's go to that right side chair. First thing first here, this tipping into your toes, tipping into your heels. The important thing here is that I'm staying zhong-zheng, or central upright. So I tip forward, but I'm not bending like this, right? I'm just from my middle, tipping back a little, tipping forward a little. Use the chair for safety. Chair for safety. Now stay in your toes and lift your heels. And then back down. And then rock into your toes. Make sure your hands are on the chair. Pull up those toes. Down. And then rock into your toes and lift. Down. Rock into your heels and lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. And down. Now, heels of hands on the back of the chair. Walk your feet back. And then from here, that same hip socket, stick your butt way back. Get a lovely stretch through the legs, the back, the buttocks, the shoulders. Downward facing dog, one of the great positions in body therapy. And then chest up, hips somewhat forward. Feel how that takes the pressure off the posture. And then do it one more time. Nice deep fold at the hips. Stretch the back, stretch the shoulders. And chest up, hips forward. Now walk all the way forward. Stand back up to your vertical zhong-zheng. Turn and face forward and step a bit back so that this chair is off to the right of you and in front rather than right next to you. Now be able to touch it for safety. Take your index finger, touch your belly button, point in, and project your mind to deep into your belly at the belly button level. So that's where we want to move from. So keep your finger there and just move from there over to your right leg more, and then back to the middle and over to your left leg more. So again, the power of moving from the middle is that it's the only place we need to move from. Everything else follows. Everything else is secondary to moving from our middle. If we don't move from our middle, we do a bunch of things we don't need to do. So this change of weight, and do it with as relaxed a body as you can. So now you can drop your hands and just let your arms be loose. Right? And so this is your number one practice to be doing out in the world. You got your walker, your cane, or if you just are standing on your own, just be kind of spending some time over here and then spend some time over on the other side. Now, stay in your left leg. Make sure the left knee has a little softness, and lift your right heel and get to the tippy toe of the right foot. Place that whole foot down with no body weight. Again, from your middle, shift over to the right leg. Make sure the right leg is soft enough that it takes the weight down to the ground, and then lift your left heel. Get to the left tippy toes. Put the foot down and switch. So remember, stages inside of each exercise. So this first stage is shift the weight, then lift the heel, then lower the heel, then shift the weight. The next stage of that practice is where, as I'm shifting, I'm lifting. So as I'm shifting, I'm lifting that heel. put the foot down. As I shift, I lift, down. So that will allow this, where now I'm kind of going faster, right? But notice that it's loose, it's relaxed. It could go as fast as this, right? Maybe put your hand on a chair and you just work on down one, so this is free, down that one. So that's the third stage is as I'm putting the heel down, I'm dropping the weight to the earth and lifting all together. Dropping the weight in the foot, boom, 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 boom. And then it's sort of like jogging in place, right? So this could be a good exercise for heart rate, right? It also just gets you feeling looser. So that's just our first exercise, and it's got 3 little stages to play with. Let's go to the second exercise. Hand on the chair. Shift all your weight to that left leg. Go tippy toe and float the foot a little bit off the ground. Place the whole foot down. Shift the weight. So stage 1, shift, lift the heel, float the foot, place the whole foot down with no body weight, then shift. Once shifted, tippy toe, lift, down, shift. So if you can't do this one, you can't then safely do the next and the next and the next little stage, right? Which the next stage would be, as I shift, I lift, right? Put the foot down with no body weight in it. Then as I drop the weight through the left leg, the right foot is free to lift. Hand on the chair where that is helpful. Usually it's very helpful. Put the foot down with no weight. As you shift, you lift. So in stage 2 of this is the part, is that when I put the foot down, it has no weight, then I shift and lift. Put the foot down with no weight, shift and lift. Down, shift and lift. Now the third stage would be, as the foot is going down to the earth, I'm dropping the weight through and lifting so that it's, right? So whichever of those 3 stages is appropriate, do that and not the other, right? Now stay in your left leg, the third level of this one. Full lift. And down. So hand on chair, and let's repeat. Full lift, all the way down. Full lift, all the way down. Full lift, all the way down. Now we switch. Shift, and we go full lift, all the way down. Lift, down. Lift, down. Lift, down. And now we switch each time. Shift the weight, lift and lower and shift. Now once this leg is empty, we can lift, lower, shift. Lift, lower, shift. And then you probably guessed it, that the next stage would be, as I shift, I lift. Put the foot down with no body weight. As I shift, I lift. All training the middle. So if you focus on this as the cockpit of the body, it can be very helpful. The mind always here. That's a saying in Tai Chi. The mind always in the Dantian. And now, next whole exercise. So this was all right in place. It taught us down as the primary movement, this down quality, allowing us to do something here. Now that complicates when we're actually trying to move forwards and backwards, but it's the same. So shift all your weight to your left leg, right foot empty. So this first exercise is important. Put the right heel out in front with no body weight. Bring the foot back with no body weight. Shift so the weight goes down where you are, and then the left foot goes out with no body weight, can come back with no body weight, shift right where you are, step back. So most of the time, if we're not paying attention, when we go to walk forward, we're pot committed. We commit all of our body weight and we step, which is where the danger is, right? The danger is I go to step, my foot doesn't go, and I've committed myself. Versus here, notice how this is not a risk because I'm still connected to the ground. And then commit over to that side. So when I'm about to walk forward, the first thing I do is go down where I am. Now keep your right foot in front. Now commit down through the right. That moved me forward. Commit down through the left. And then down through the right. And then down and down. So we're moving forward by going down. And it should feel sort of safe, like quite safe, in fact, that you're going, okay, I'm connected to the ground and I'm connected to the ground. Level 2, we add challenge. Hand on chair, float your front leg up, lower the heel in front, and shift. Back leg being empty, bend the knee, touch the toe back behind you, shift. So all this body weight committed down softly to the earth so that this leg is free. And then 100% of the weight committed down through that right leg so your left foot free. Commit down to the ground, find that plug into the earth, lift, lower. Commit, and be able to bend. That's level 2. Let's go level 3. All the weight committed down, hand on chair. You can go full lift, heel softly to the ground, and commit. Then this back leg free, go forward and up. Toe reaches back. Commit 100%. Then that right leg, lift, lower, shift. Left leg, forward and up, back, shift. Loose, relaxed. From our middle, Chung One down to the earth. Ching Ling, lightness through the rest of the body. Switch sides. So step feet together, side step closer to your other chair. And let's do that first exercise again, really important. Shift all the way into your right leg, left heel touch. Bring it back. Change all the way to your left leg, right heel touch. Back. So this feeling of, oh, it's time to walk, I sink where I am and put the foot out. Sink where you are and put the foot out. One more, each side. And be able to keep that cappuccino cup balanced. Now, with your left foot in front, let's go to the next exercise. Down through that leg and then down through the one behind. Chest up, tail down, crown up, cappuccino cup on your head, just down to the earth, down to the earth. A softness in the legs, soft. Soft does not mean weak. It actually means plump, pliable, hydraulic. Let's go level 2. Hand on the chair, float, down, shift. Back leg empty, bend, touch the toe, shift. So this straight leg float, and shift, and then this little bent knee, shift. Straight leg from the hip, shift, knee, shift, and then hand on chair, we go full lift, down, shift, that back leg forward and up, reach the toe back, shift. The down gives me the safety and capacity for that lift, and then the down makes me able to do this portion. Down, lift, lower, down, lift, and Now, switch back to your first side, feet together. Side, shift, step. Second exercise here in this little set. Put all the weight in your left leg, right heel goes in front. Now we shift. Your back leg's empty, step that heel out, and then shift. Now, going backwards is still down. Stay down through your right leg as you step your left foot empty, and then down. So we just traveled backwards. Now let's travel forwards by going down, step, down, and then down, step, down. This is the prerequisite to any longer strides, any faster walking or even jogging or running. It's the prerequisite. If you can find the way down, keeping your vertical, staying relaxed. Now, level 2 here. Float this leg up, down, commit to that leg, back leg empty, step over a small obstacle. A little step up and over, and then commit so that your back foot can flamingo. And then rewind, down, this front leg empty, float, bend, and this important bit here, softening long. Remember that from our other classes. Extending, soft and long, and then committing down. So you're closing to the ground. This leg is empty, float. Now I'm committing to the ground. This leg is empty. You go up and over, and then softening it long. So I'm not stuck to it falling. I'm extending it and then committing. Little flamingo. Same thing here. Connect to the ground. Now this is probably the most challenging part is this extending backwards, long, and then closing to it. Now let's go full range. So full lift, down, commit, and then heel, knee, extend and lower, and commit. And then bring that back leg, knee up. And now it's soft and long behind. Commit to that leg. This leg free, float up, tuck, softening long. Find the earth. Commit to that leg. Lift, lower, commit. This leg free, and then commit. This leg free, commit. Mark, looks like you're having trouble, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on for you. Now you're muted. You were unmuted a second ago. Let's switch sides, everybody. What do you got, Mark? There problems?
I can't get it to work. It keeps knocking me out of the meeting or freezing. I'm not sure I can do it today for some reason.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Maybe get a recording. See if you can get the recording on the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, man. Maybe you have to update Zoom too. It's possible. They have these updates regularly. All right, so we're on the left side here. Let's go to that level 1. So we put all the weight in the right leg, left foot out. So now it's shift, step, shift. And then in reverse, shift, step, shift. Continue doing that, please. Shift, step. So it's a quality of soft and loose and light in transit while moving. Let's go level 2. That's where hand on chair, float the left leg, lower the left leg, shift. Once that right leg's empty, it can step over the obstacle and then shift. And then flamingo, the back foot. How's your teacup doing? Have that idea that you're cultivating stillness in movement. Which you can tell when you yank on your body, it creates reverberations and sort of a clumsiness. And that clumsiness is more than just, hey, it doesn't look great. That's the clumsiness that can make you fall, right? So this cultivation of slow down, smooth. Ask your body to do things that are doable while smooth. So that eventually that smoothness pervades everything that you're doing. Let's go full range. All the way up, down, shift. Now full range. Shift. Now this one here, again, that softening long. I always say like an octopus tentacle, right? So this lift and then this softening, extending long to the earth. And then we shift into the leg. Now this leg, soft and loose, it can extend. It can find the earth. We still haven't committed to it, and then we're shifting into it. Same thing here. Extend. Shift. Now this is the octopus tentacle. It's loose. It's fluid. Extend. Shift. One more. Level 3. And back. Now, make your way all the way over to the left side of your space. Again, this is all based on the assumption that you're doing you're operating the same setup that I have. So what we're looking for now is a big runway with some support for safety. So now I got a big old runway in front. Let's do level 1. We put the weight down where we are and put the heel out in front. Now commit to that leg. That's when you move forward. Then you step. You do not move forward, but then you commit and you do. So the step, you're not moving forward. The foot is out there. And then the commit is when your body is moved forward. Step without moving forward. Commit. Step without moving forward. Commit. On the way backwards, same thing. Commit. That moved you backwards. Now you're established where you are. When you step the foot, don't start leaving where you are. Extend the foot back, find the earth, then commit to that leg, and that moves you backwards. Now be right where you are. Step the foot still right where you are. Then commit, and that moves you. Step, then commit. Step, then commit. Let's do that again. So we break it into this stage bit. The first stage is step without moving, then commit the weight. That moved you. Step without moving forward, commit the weight. Step without moving, commit. Step, commit. Step, commit. And then in reverse, commit. Step without moving, commit. Step without moving, commit. Right? You see my Zhong Zheng, my central upright, is just along for the ride. Just along for the ride. And then the second stage of this, once you can do what I just showed you, then you commit, step, commit, step, commit, step, commit, step, commit. And so it returns to just flowing forward. Same thing backwards. We're stepping, I haven't committed, but then I fluidly commit, and then I step and commit, and step and commit. And so then it has the effect of just moving forward. And moving back. And over time, you can take longer strides. So now I just covered in 3 steps what took me 5. So that's how you can think of going faster in life, not working harder, by being more skillful. Skillful. And face forward. Once you're at the starting gait here, let's go all the way to the left leg. Step your right foot out and in. We're going to repeat that portion. Out and in without any body weight going into your stepping leg. So all the weight stays in your left as you're stepping your right. Out, in, out, in. Now step the foot out. Shift the weight 100% into your right and then 100% in your left. And notice your central pillar, your middle, just goes along for the ride. You just commit. So you're moving through space, but inside there's a quality of stillness rather than lurching back and forth. It's stillness. Right? Now stay in your right leg, left leg empty, in, out, in, out. No body weight. The leg is free to do a number of things. It's just one. Now, bring that left foot in. Keep them as close as you can. Now, shift the weight into the left and into the right. Into the left and the right. So this is almost imperceptible, right? My body's not moving very much, but it's really important that I commit here so this is free, or commit here so this is free. Now, one more time, commit to your left, step that right foot sideways. Then commit to the right, bring your left foot in. Commit down through the left, step the right foot. Commit down through the right, step your left foot. Down through left, step right. Down through right, step left. Down through left, step right. Central pillar intact. Let's go back the way we came. Down, 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 down. Right? So it can speed up when you find the way down, 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 down. Now, right foot out, let's add the bear washing paws in the stream. So shift left and right, just as we practice, but add this little turn from your middle and this sweep of the hands. And shift and turn, sweep of the hand. Now, shift to the right leg, turn, brush, sweep. Left foot steps in. Commit all the way down through the left, turn, brush, and sweep. And right foot steps out. Shift to the right leg, turn, brush, and sweep. Step the left foot in. Down through the left, turn, brush, and sweep. Step out to the right. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step in. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step out. So as I've been saying today, stages of practice inside of each exercise. So this stage, stage 1, down through the left, turn, brush, and sweep. Stay there. Step without shifting. Shift to the right, turn, brush, and sweep. Keep your hands over on the right as you step the left foot in. Shift down through the left, turn, brush, and sweep. Once the right leg is empty, step. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. So that sort of regimented approach, eventually you polish it out so that it just has this feeling of sort of like the ocean waves. You just shift, turn, brush, sweep, step, shift, turn, brush, sweep. So I invite you to learn the regimented portion so you get the basics, right? And then you can start to blur the lines and segments of it so that it just flows and flows and flows. Now the bear swats the jumping fish. So left hand chest level, right hand low, and then they switch. So just do a couple of these without walking. We work on all this stuff in the Friday class. It's a good idea to come to that if you can, or use the videos. Now let's do the walking variation. So shift the weight to that right leg. As your left hand comes down and right arm comes up, step in. Then shift into your left leg. Brush knee, swat the fish. Then as the arms are going high and low, switch, step out. So the regimented version. Shift, turn, brush knee, swat the fish. Change the arms, stepping in. Shift, turn, brush, swat. As the arms change, step out. Those of you feeling comfortable letting it flow a bit more, feel free to do that at any moment that you'd like. Step. Shifting, turning, brushing, swatting. As the hands change, step out. So James, notice that I have one hand high and one hand low, and then that switches on the next round. So that's kind of the most basic way of thinking of it, is that right there you forgot to switch. So you have to switch. You're right, yeah, there, exactly. And then you shift and turn, brush and swap, and you got to remember to switch the arms. Now let's go back the way we came. Shift, turn, brush, and swap. As your arms switch, step in. And then shift and turn, brush, and swap. As your arms switch, step out. Shift, turn, brush, swap, step in. Shift, turn, brush, swap, step out. Shift, turn, brush, swap, step in. Shift and turn, brush and swap, step out. And wash, wash, settle. And then our final little foray into rotational movement. Rotational movement. Come stand in between your chair. Put all the weight in the left leg, right foot empty. Start turning the right foot out, the right leg out. Turn the body out a little bit. Look to the right. Then bring everything back to neutral, staring straight ahead. Now, turn your right toes in, right leg in. Turn the hips a little, turn the body, turn the head to look to the left a little. Then back to neutral. Note that this is opening, right? So if you see my body, here's neutral. When I turn out, that's an opening. When I turn in, that's a closing, a sort of pinching close, open, close. So that's something this body does. Is it open, neutral, and close? Let's do that on the other side. Change the weight to the right leg. Open, neutral, close. Neutral, open, neutral, close. A couple where you skip neutral, you just open, close, open, close, open, and neutral. Now, all the way in the left leg, turn the right leg out, open, commit all your weight to the right leg and bring your left foot to match it. Now you have turned your body 45 degrees, or 90 degrees rather, to the right. Now do it again. Put all the weight through your left leg. Turn your right leg out, opening to the right, and then commit all your weight to your right leg and you're closing to neutral. You should now be at a 180-degree turn from where you started. Now go down through your left leg again. Turn the right leg out, open. And then commit 100% of your weight down through the right leg. Bring left foot around to match the right foot. And now you should be that next 90-degree turn. And then one more. Down through your left leg, open, and commit. So let's go around twice more to the right with this goal of feeling relaxed. So relax your body, casually, softly commit to the left so the right foot is empty so you can open. Then just soft and relaxed as you can, commit to your right leg. Bring your left foot to match. And then commit to the left so that right foot has the freedom to turn out. And commit 100% to the right so the left foot can float into position. Go again. Commit, open, and then commit to the right leg and bring it around. Commit to the left foot, open, and to the right leg, around. Check your cappuccino cup on your head. Just have the idea you're staying so relaxed so you're not creating a whole bunch of yanking around and ripples. Just floating as you turn. Floating in the middle of the space. Using this basic technique of separate full and empty to move. Now we're going to switch directions. Commit to the right leg, turn the left leg out, and step around. Commit to the right leg, open, and commit. Keep your equilibrium, stay relaxed. You need to look down, you can look down, but eventually start to feel down. Feel the ground. Feel your connection to the ground as best you can. Go around 3 times to your left. So when we're doing this in a not relaxed way, tense, we can get there, but we feel a sort of danger when we do it. It's this sort of yanking ourselves around. When we find this Tai Chi quality, it's the most relaxed thing in the world. It's just casual. And you want to feel like you're never uprooting yourself. You're always grounded either through the right leg as the left is turning, or you're just grounding through the left as your right foot is stepping around. Grounded, so you're always grounded. You're just changing what part of yourself you're plugged in through, one leg or the other. And we're back to neutral. Then we're just going to finish with a nice little exercise for our hips to clear them out. So stand closer to your right side chair. Put all your weight in your right leg and turn your left leg out a few degrees, right? Some degrees. Lift to the tippy toe and then float that foot off the ground and now close the leg in towards center and then soften the leg long back to the ground. We're going to do that again. So it's this turn out, tippy toe, lift, closing. So it's an outside in spiral down. Again, open, tippy toe. Now some of you might lift higher. There's of course a maximum height, but you could do that. Out to in and down. But don't force it. Just find a nice comfortable circle. Stages, right? Stage 1, it's turn out, tippy toe, lift, close, down. One more. And then, of course, stage 2 could be more fluid. Now, side step, go nearer your other chair, other leg. Turn out, tippy toe, float, close, down. Turn the leg out, tippy toe, lift, close, down. Turn out, lift, close. Right? And maybe over time more fluid, where it's just like a spiral. But you have to first be able to do that turn, tippy toe, lift, close, down. Now switch sides again. Back to the first side. Instead of left leg turning external, now swivel on the ball of the foot and turn the leg internal. Tippy toe. Bring the knee across a little. Open. Down. And we'll do it again. Turn on the ball of the foot or the toes. Turn internal. Tippy toe. Knee across. Down. Stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And eventually that can switch. Over near your left side chair, turn on the ball of the foot. Tippy toe, cross, inside out, down. Turn, tippy toe, cross, inside out. All right, so there's this swirl. Body is built on spiraling body parts, spiraling mechanics. Sadly, we don't train them, and so therefore they sort of go dormant. But these movements bring them online. Two more. And neutral. And then this self-massage just to make sure everything's integrated. Palms together. Rub your palms. Rub the back of one hand. Palms. Back of other hand. Palms. And then groin. Hip flexors. Fronts of hips. And so again, here's the hip flexors. If you travel up, I know on the black pants it's a little hard to see, but we have the groin area here. And then if you travel that up to this little bunch right at the top of your thighs, the tendons, and so that's where you want to rub. So don't be up on your belly for this one. Be below the hips, right where the thighs meet the front of your hips. Hip flexors. And then come around to the tail. Tailbone, lower lumbar. Up onto the middle lumbar. And then, like we do a Tai Chi squat, the butt goes back a little, sit the buttocks, sweep the hands down the outside of the legs, around to the inside of the legs, up the inside of the legs to the navel. Let's do this twice more. Fluid, groin, hip flexors, tail, lower back. Sit and sweep. Come up the inside to the navel. One more. Groin, hip flexors, tail, lumbar, outer channels, inner channels, and navel. And then outer arm to the shoulder. Turn that arm palm up and sweep. So it's all just like a chi reset. Sort of this minimum self-massage that just tells the chi of the body, return to normal operating procedure. And yang channel, yin channel. Yang, yin. Yang, yin. And closing. Settling. Sealing. 1, 2. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Remember, you can use these videos to again learn the routines so that they're more familiar to you. And also, I'll be here Friday for Tai Chi. So this is Tai Chi for gait and balance. And then Friday's class is sort of the upper body choreographies. And they go really well together. Thanks, everyone. Any questions?